This is RedHawk Football Weekly. Brought to you by Courtyard Marriott Hamilton. With modern style and spacious guest rooms, journey to relaxation at the Courtyard by Marriott Hamilton, the Knolls of Oxford. The Knolls of Oxford reminds you to get off the sidelines and live life. And by Skyline Chili. It's always Skyline time. And now, the host of RedHawk Football Weekly, the voice of the RedHawks, Steve Baker.
Hello and welcome to RedHawk Football Weekly, a Zoom edition, obviously in these COVID times. Steve Baker here from Bake's Basement, and in his office at Yager Stadium, head coach Chuck Martin joins me. 38-31 victory for the Miami RedHawks in the season opening game against the Cardinals of Ball State. Redbird Rivalry Trophy comes back to Oxford. 300 MAC wins. Coach, congratulations. Exciting, quite a game on Wednesday night in Oxford.
Yeah, quite the opener. Got right into the midweek action. A huge game against a team that's very highly touted coming into the season. They're talking about Detroit or bust was kind of their mantra this year. So they were very confident over, how they played a year ago, particularly down the stretch. I'm sure they were confident with their victory over us in the last game of the season for them, our last regular season game. Knowing how explosive with Huntley and Hall and Plitt were there on offense. So to come away with the 38-31 victory, I would have taken it under any circumstances. And then you add in the fact that we lost our quarterback in the second quarter, Brett Gabrick, and we brought in our backup, A.J. Mayer, and he played so tremendous in relief of Brett. And then we were already starting the game with our third tailback, and Davion was having a really nice night out of the backfield running and catching. And then we lost Davion in the second quarter, and then our early third quarter, and then you're down to your fourth, fifth, and sixth tailbacks. And then offense really taking over in the second half and scoring 3 straight touchdowns, one of them a 98-yard drive after they had pinned us deep. And then our defense not having their best night, but a lot of credit goes to the Ball State offense. But our defense, certainly there's things they'd like to do better. But then Ryan McWood coming up with the big play at the end to put us in position for the offense to punch it in, and Zach Kahn wins the game. And then, like you've talked about, our ST with all our guys gone from a year ago, really being solid in our opening game and really probably playing better than we could have, me or you could have hoped, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this is one of, again, Coach, we've talked about it. We talked about it last year, even the year before. This is kind of a signature right now for a Miami team. And you talk about the guts and the determination and the heart of these guys all the time. This is a never say die kind of football team. And every time they show it up, whether it's somebody coming off the bench or you need a play, it seems like when you first came to Miami, none of those things happened. But now this team has bought in, and you can see it in every single player's face.
Yeah, and it's been about 3 years running where we've been very good at finding ways to win close games. And it's two things. One thing that you talked about, Bake, is the first thing, that the toughness, the no flinch, the resiliency. We always talk about smart, tough together. That's our biggest strength. It's not schemes. It's not talent, even though we're very talented. It's how smart our kids are, how tough they are, and how willing they're willing to play for one another. And we always talk about smart, tough together. The second piece, like we've talked about this week, is just success breeds success. Early when we were here, we couldn't win these games because we didn't believe we can win these games. The belief on our sidelines when we get in these situations is totally different than it was years 1, 2, and 3. Going back to OU 3 years ago when we won 30-28, then we went on the road and beat Northern Illinois 14-10. And we haven't stopped since then of just finding ways to win games. And our kids believe and have the confidence and have that mental fortitude that you're talking about that allows them to perform in these tight situations and make a play. And the beauty of our team too, it just the depth. And it just comes from somebody all the time. I mean, it's not the same. It'd be one thing if you had a great running back or a great receiver or a great it's who makes a play. It was Ryan McWood this week, And then the depth of our team continues to show. The difference between building your roster with high school kids versus building your roster with grad transfers or even other types of transfers. We've been able to build, like everybody talks about, you got so much depth. And I said, part of it's because we recruit high school kids. There's a lot of teams in our league that certainly recruit high school kids, but I think Ball State had 8 transfers,
Yeah.
And a lot of the teams in our league have a lot of transfers versus just recruiting the top high school kids in the Midwest and the state of Ohio and state of Indiana. And so that allows us to develop that talent. The kids are been in our program for 4 or 5 years. So when we get to our 4th, 5th, and 6th tailbacks, they know what they're doing. When we have these injuries, these kids are homegrown. They're from our backyard, and they're with us, and they really buy into what we're doing versus kids that are 1 or 2 year kids, and sometimes they're just 1 year kids with all these grad transfers. And there's no right approach to it. But when people talk about our depth, and our depth was definitely on display on Wednesday night, not just because of injuries, just we can play a lot of people that are really good football players. So it's been a long time building this thing, but we really feel good, and it just showed up again Wednesday night in tough situations. Miami football is a tough-minded team.
Yeah, and again, a tribute to your point, to the big stars of the game for you. Zach Kahn with a couple of touchdowns, Ryan McWood with the interception, both former walk-ons.
Yes, no, kid.
That'll get it done.
And you know both the kids, and it's it's just awesome. Like I say it all the time, to get a scholarship out of high school, which I didn't, is an incredible honor. But to walk on someplace and earn the scholarship is doubly the incredible honor. And Ryan McWood, and the 2 plays at the end of the game are obviously the McWood pick was incredible, bats the ball to himself, and then obviously Zach Kahn gets his 2nd rushing touchdown and gets 3 carries for 6 really tough yards down there. And like you said, they're 2 former walk-ons, and again, developing these homegrown kids. These are 2 Midwest kids, one from Michigan, one from Cleveland, and they've been in our program. They've earned their stripes. They've worked their way up through the ranks, from scout team guys all the way to starters to guys winning the games for us.
All right, Coach, let's take a look at the first half highlights here. After falling behind 7-0, you go to your tailback. Davion Johnson had a real nice first half for you, Coach.
Yeah, and our tailbacks, him, Kahn, Kevin Davis, and Rio all caught the ball in the backfield. Our quarterback did a good job finding them all day and keeping us ahead of the chains a lot of the time, or getting key first downs like we get here.
Yeah, this is a key first down for you. This actually is the last play, I believe, of the first quarter after Ball State had taken the lead. And again, on a 3rd down, you go right back to him.
Yeah, again, they got a blitz, a good hot read by Brett there, and a good run and catch by Davion. And again, critical first down.
And again, finding him out of the backfield and knowing where the marker is, he gets just enough for the first down. And unfortunately, on the next play, not the next play, but the next 3rd down, your starting quarterback goes down.
Yeah, Brett scrambles, gets targeted here. Gets knocked out of the game. And again, I don't mean targeted. It was intentional. It was an unintentional play. It just happens sometimes. Helmets hit each other. No one typically is trying to do that. But obviously, Brett took the brunt of the hit, as you can see him rolling around there. And that was the end of his night. And obviously not what you would like to lose your starting quarterback.
But A.J. Mayer comes in at quarterback and immediately gets things going. Another name we haven't heard a whole lot of, Adam Mahalik with the first down catch.
Yeah, I think we had 7 or 8 different receivers that caught the ball, again, showing off our depth. But good read by A.J. right away. Good job by Coach Kaler and A.J. getting prepared to be a starter. He prepared like a starter and ends up being the starter.
First touchdown of the night for Zach Kahn, and he walks into the end zone and ties the game at 7. Nice blocking up front.
Yes, exactly. Great hole there, and Kahn had a great day, but that was probably his easiest carry of the day. Offensive line, tight ends do a great job of opening up a giant hole from the 2-yard line.
And you'll see it again here as nobody even touches him as he gets into the end zone, ties the game at 7. Ball State would score on their next drive and take a 14-7 lead. And Miami would start to come back down the field late in the half. Big play here. You talk about Kevin Davis. He makes a big catch there.
Yeah, Kevin Davis, one of our many talented freshmen. We catch him on a little bit of a wheel route here. Really good throw by A.J. Great concentration and great catch under duress, contested catch, and a big chunk play.
And your receivers made catches under duress all night long, again, as you get a good look at Davis there. And this time, again, it is Davion Johnson up the middle. He gets 10 yards here, which just sets up a bigger run here coming up for Davion.
Yeah, really nice job. Patient, good job, square through the hole, good read, and a big chunk run for us.
Again, this is late in the first half, 1:46 to go, and this time off the right tackle, he finds a big hole and gets you down inside the red zone.
Yes. Back-to-back big runs. Offensive line is starting to get their feet underneath them. Again, really nice read by Davion. Giant hole, explodes through the hole. Good job outside by Jack blocking, and Davion turns the corner and gets us a huge play.
Unfortunately, the drive stalls on a sack, but the freshman, Henry Beckett, comes in and knocks it through for you.
Yeah, first career field goal attempt. Henry had a really nice day, 5 for 5 on extra points and 1 for 1 on field goals, and obviously we needed all 8 of those points. So great job by him, and the whole unit is new with new snapper, Beatty snapping on the short snaps, AJ's holding, and Beckett's kicking. So I was used to kind of Crabtree, Kramer, and Sloman have been around a long time, so it was good to see those guys get out there and get much-needed points on the board.
Absolutely. 14-7 or would be, check that, 14-10 would be the way it would end at the first half. And I know that you wanted to get 7 out of that drive and you tie the game up, but really your team really started to respond there late in the half.
Yeah, and it was really, really good job when AJ came in. We finished off one drive, and then we had another nice drive down to the 10 that we didn't finish off, but we had back-to-back scoring drives. So certainly gave us some offensive momentum heading into halftime.
We'll talk about the second half when we come back in a moment. This is RedHawk Football Weekly.
This segment of RedHawk Football Weekly has been brought to you by Courtyard Marriott Hamilton. With modern style and spacious guest rooms, journey to relaxation at the Courtyard by Marriott Hamilton, a proud partner of Miami Athletics. Ohio's 529 plan is proud to partner with Miami Athletics and happy to be the new sponsor of Swoops Kids Club. To learn more about Ohio's 529 plan and for your chance to win a $529 college savings award, visit collegeadvantage.com/RedHawks. Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? With the Kroger app, you get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales and rewards like fuel points, all for prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone. LaRosa's in Oxford is a proud sponsor of Miami Athletics for nearly a decade. Ordering your favorite LaRosa's family recipe is easier than ever with their new mobile app. Download it today to get great pizza and more at LaRosa's on Lynn Street in Oxford. This segment of RedHawk Football Weekly is brought to you by the Knolls of Oxford. The Knolls of Oxford reminds you to get off the sidelines and live life.
And welcome back into RedHawk Football Weekly, the Zoom edition, after a 38-31 victory for the Miami RedHawks over the Ball State Cardinals, 14-10 at the half. And, Coach, I found it funny. You were talking about your halftime speech and wanting to change it after getting the team riled, ready to go. It's 14-10, and Ball State scores on their first drive. And you said I think you'll need to change your speech.
Yeah, we didn't feel like we felt like we did a lot of good things in the first half, but we also felt like we made a lot of mistakes. We felt like we had a better half of football ahead of us. We felt like we're going to come out there, get a stop, and get a score and get the lead. And that's, obviously I got them riled up to do that. And then about 6-7 plays later, Huntley's ripping it 40-some yards in the end zone. I thought, okay, that wasn't us roaring out of the locker room like we had hoped. And then instead of being down 14-10, we got the ball. We're down 21-10, and there was some serious pressure on our offense.
Really is some pressure on your offense. And let's get right to it because your offense responded right away.
Yeah, it's a huge drive. This is probably the biggest drive of the game. We're down 21-10. They've got the momentum. You go 3 and out there, and Ball State puts points on the board. It's probably a different outcome. So we're definitely excited about how our offense responded.
Second half, Coach, as you said, 21-10, and you get the ball back, and A.J. Mayer goes to work right away.
Really nice play action. Got the ball in the seam to Jack Sorensen. Jack, like always, makes the catch and then gets yards after the catch, takes some hits and gets us 10, 12 yards after the catch. Big chunk play. We got the ball, on our own 21, and in one pass play, you're out past midfield.
And in that second half, it seemed like your guys found those seams. You made the right adjustments and actually found some guys wide open.
Yeah, no, really good job structurally with our passing game. This is a huge play. 4th and 2. Jack kind of gets held early, fights off the hold, and then A.J. puts in a great shot. You'll see him get right here held, pulls away from the hold. What a great throw and what a great catch by Jack on 4th and 2.
Just an outstanding job. I asked about him that on the press conference, and you can almost call holding every play is what they talk about, but this time, and to hang on to the football is something else. This time you get Davion Johnson again out of the backfield.
Another key third down conversion. Davion, I thought, might get that all the way to the end zone, but really good read by AJ again. Good throw and catch. Our backs did a great job catching the ball out of the backfield. nice yards after the catch.
This is a drive, as you said, you wanted to respond and get 7 out of, and your quarterback helps you out here.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. We got a little zone read play on. A.J. makes the correct decision. He's a big, strong, athletic kid, and he gets the ball down inside the 10.
You got a 2nd and goal here, and a connection that I'm sure they've seen several times down south of the river. It's Jack Coldiron from A.J. Mayer for his first touchdown.
Yeah, Covington Cath to Covington Cath. So back like their high school days, renewed. So really nice job on a little play action. A little fake roll to right, come back and throw the ball left to Coldiron. Redshirt freshman's first game had a huge game for us.
Next drive, another chunk play and another catch by Jack Sorensen.
Yeah, another good job off play action, another good job. Good stop by our defense here to keep the momentum going and keep it at 21-17. Good read. Got a 3-level read by A.J., and it gets to his second read on the play and finds Jack.
And again, another look at it here, and the type of ball A.J. Mayer was throwing all night long, tight rotation and great laser-like accuracy. You got a 1st and 10 here inside the 50-yard line and right over the middle again. Sorensen takes a shot and keeps bouncing right back up on this one.
Yeah, almost a carbon copy of the last drive. You know, same play, same ball in the seam, really good accuracy, good tight window. Jack takes another big hit, another chunk play via the passing game.
And again, you look at this pass. I'm not sure how he got it to Coldiron, but just a laser, again, to Coldiron for the second touchdown.
Yeah, really nice job by Coldiron. Really fast off the ball, got vertical in a hurry. A.J. put in a great spot. Jack makes a great one-handed catch. And huge after they score right away. That's why we always talk about being immune to momentum, and everybody thinks momentum, and they come out of the locker room, score right away, and everybody thinks, oh, my goodness, and 3 drives later, 2 touchdowns for us, 1 stop for our defense, and we're right back in the lead.
Your team gets the ball back, great field position after your defense holds inside the 20, and you go right to Kevin Davis for a first down catch here.
Yeah, another job getting the back out of the backfield, staying ahead of the chains on first down. This one we actually got a first down on. But you see Kevin Davis's speed and explosiveness there.
And here you have it at the 12-yard line, 3rd and goal, and back shoulder throw, great throw and catch, the only way you can describe that.
Yeah, great route by Jalen off the bat, and then really great ball placement by A.J., and then Jalen right here, you see sets up the corner, creates space, then A.J. does a great job throwing away from the defense, and then you can tell Jalen knew exactly where he's at, and he dives right in the end zone.
This is the play of the game as they flush Drew Plitt out of the pocket after tying the ball game up. Ball State getting the ball, wanting to get it down the field, but Ryan McWood says, no, thank you, I'll take it away.
Yeah, incredible play. McWood, one of the leaders of our defense, like you talked about earlier, comes here as a walk-on, works his way up through the ranks. Now he's been one of the best middle linebackers for 2 years. You'll see great job by Lonnie Phelps getting the pressure, Kimpler getting the pressure, forces Plitt into throw, and then McWood just makes an incredible play and sets up on a short field and gets his first and goal at the 6-yard line with 30 seconds.
And it's Zach Kahn that will take it in from a couple of yards out here in just a moment for the Miami RedHawks, as you see Drew Plitt disappointed in himself, but Ryan McWood making just a huge play. And then on 3rd and goal, Zach Kahn up and over and into the end zone.
Yeah, really good job. Good push up front. 6 tough yards down there on 3 carries behind our O-line and Kahn, and we find a way to punch it in with 10 seconds left and win the game.
And the RedHawks win it 38-31. And, Coach, just an outstanding comeback effort for your team. And I know we've talked a lot about it, getting that first win right off the bat. Mentally, physically, everything about it helps your football team.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about a short 6-game season. We don't have many opportunities. That was 16.67% of our season right there. So anytime, every win is huge. But when you're talking about a 6-game schedule, the wins are magnified. So you got one under your belt. You got 5 weeks left to play football. You don't have many opportunities this year, and we took advantage of our first opportunity.
All right, Coach, 38-31 the final. Miami 1-0 after the victory on the road at Buffalo this week. Coming up on Tuesday night, we'll come back and talk about the Bulls in a moment. This is RedHawk Football Weekly from Van Wagner on the Miami Sports Network, powered by Pepsi.
This segment of RedHawk Football Weekly has been brought to you by the Knolls of Oxford. The Knolls of Oxford reminds you to get off the sidelines and live life. Located in the heart of Butler County and only 13 miles from Miami University, the Courtyard Marriott in Hamilton is the ideal location when traveling to the Miami campus. With modern style and spacious guest rooms, journey to relaxation at the Courtyard Marriott, a proud partner of Miami Athletics. Imagine life without laundry. Armstrong Cleaners and Formal Wear is here to help. Drop off your dirty clothes and pick them up clean and folded. Find out more at ArmstrongDryCleaners.com. Armstrong Cleaners and Formal Wear. They make it easy for you to look good. Ohio's 529 plan is proud to partner with Miami Athletics and happy to be the new sponsor of Swoops Kids Club. To learn more about Ohio's 529 plan and for your chance to win a $529 college savings award, visit collegeadvantage.com/RedHawks. This segment of RedHawk Football Weekly is brought to you by Skyline Chili. It's always Skyline time.
And welcome into RedHawk Football Weekly. I'm Steve Baker, the voice of the RedHawks, joined via Zoom from his office in Yager Stadium. Chuck Martin joins us, and the RedHawks at the Bulls of Buffalo this week, Coach. They're 1-0, win on the road against Northern Illinois, a team that they hadn't beaten since rejoining the MAC, but 3 defensive touchdowns. Great offense. This is a team that, rightfully so, a lot of people have picked to win the MAC along with Miami.
Yeah, no, they're a very, very veteran team on both sides of the ball. I think got 4 senior starters on their O-line. Patterson's and Marks give them the best 1-2 combination in the backfield of any team in our league. Since Van Treese took over at quarterback last year, they've been really efficient throwing the ball. They got a really good group of tight ends. They'll play up to 3 tight ends at once. Then the Nunn kid at receiver are great players. But what they're really known for is their defense, and they're long, they're athletic, they're twitchy. They play north and south. They're very well coached. And they do a great job of stuffing the run. No one has run the ball on them effectively in the last couple of years. And then they are unleash that pass rush and create havoc, just like they did last week against Northern, which you alluded to, the 3 turnovers, 4 touchdowns, 2 scoop and scores, and a pick 6, all within about an 8-minute stretch in the second half. It was a 21-16 Buffalo lead at halftime. And next thing you know, without Buffalo's offense even being on the field, they're up 35-16 with back-to-back defensive touchdowns. So explosive on both sides of the ball. You add into a place that they're a very good home team because, the travel to Buffalo is never easy for MAC teams. And you have a daunting task ahead of you.
I asked you about this on Hawk Talk this week. It is a shorter week for you. How do you adjust that, going to a 6-day week instead of the 7-day week?
Yeah, short week is hard there on the same short week. It's a little easier at home because they don't have to travel, so they don't have that 6.5, 7-hour bus trip. But we've had short weeks before. We were off on Tuesday, so that was our off week for this calendar of the week. But you miss a day, so you miss a day of recovery. You want to get right into the Buffalo practice, and you get done with the Buffalo game and you got to start practicing, but you just played 36 hours ago, so your Tuesday practice comes around a little bit quicker than you want it to. So you have to balance having really crisp physical practices and letting your kids recover on the short week.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it and look forward to the game on Tuesday night and wish you the best of luck as you head out to Buffalo.
Thanks, Mike.
Head coach Chuck Martin joining us, and that'll do it for this edition of RedHawk Football Weekly. I'm Steve Baker. Thanks for watching.
This has been RedHawk Football Weekly. Brought to you by Courtyard Marriott Hamilton. With modern style and spacious guest rooms, journey to relaxation at the Courtyard by Marriott Hamilton, the Knolls of Oxford. The Knolls of Oxford reminds you to get off the sidelines and live life. And by Skyline Chili. It's always Skyline time. RedHawk Football Weekly is a sports production of Miami University Athletics and Van Wagner Sports Entertainment.